What's going on, everybody out in YouTube land, and welcome back to a new episode of GBA. In this episode, we are actually doing something a little bit different than what I've done in the past. We are unboxing a package from GameStop. And what sets this package apart from normal packages that I might get from GameStop? This is actually retro video games. So yeah, I bought retro video games from GameStop in 2019. The main reason why I did this is at the current filming of this video, they have a deal going on that you can get 4 used video games, $9.99 and under, for $20. So I figured that was something that you really can't pass up if you like retro video games. Because also, if you went over $35, you got free shipping. So basically what I did is I ordered 8 retro video games, and I got these for $42 with shipping and tax, so just over $5 a game. Just so you know, I didn't get anything too crazy, nothing like super expensive or anything like that. I picked games that I don't typically see very often, and I've also picked a couple games that I've wanted to pick up for a while, but I just couldn't get the price point. And like I said, for $5, I just pulled the trigger on these 8 games. So what did I get? So before we opened the box, I got 4 GameCube games and 4 Nintendo 64 games. Just so you guys know, I'm well aware that you can get loose disc games, and primarily mostly loose disc games when it comes to GameCube games. I'm perfectly okay with that because I'll just take some standard DVD cases and make some artwork. Of course, I don't plan on trading or selling these games. I just want something nice to look at on my shelf, and I just hate having just loose discs laying around. So yeah, guys, let's go ahead and cut the tape, and let's see what GameStop sent me in 2019 as far as retro games go. I know there's been some horror stories out there with GameStop sending out fake games, or that they don't test their stuff very well. So we're going to go over that too, and I won't test them in the video, but maybe I'll leave a comment down below just to let you know if all the games work properly. So yeah, let's go ahead and cut the tape. And like I said, remember, I paid $42 for these 8 games. Also, I must add, the shipping was extremely fast. I purchased these like 3 days ago, so they got here in 3 days, which you can't beat that. Alright, so once you cut the tape, if you look in the box, basically you just see some packing material in there. So they did pack it pretty well, at least. So let's move the packing material out of the way. So next up, we've got the slip that tells you what you got and how much you pay for it. And I'll probably show you guys the total so you can see what I'm talking about after I show you what games I got. Alright, so here we go. So we'll start off with the Nintendo 64 games, and then we'll move on to GameCube. And it looks like I did get some GameCube games with the box, so that's really, really neat. Alright, so first up for the Nintendo 64. Game appears to be in pretty good shape, and it is real. We've got Gex 3 Deep Cover Gecko. This is the back of the game. And like I said, I can tell right away that this game is real. I have the original Gex game on Nintendo 64, but I barely ever see this out in the wild. And back when I was a teenager, I had a 3DO. And the original Gex on 3DO, it was one of my favorite platformers when I was a kid. I just loved the visuals on that game, and it had that 90s tood to it, but I really enjoyed Gex. So I'm looking forward to trying this. I don't know really much about this at all, but yeah, we've got Gex 3 Deep Cover Gecko. And I figured for $5, why not? Alright, so next up out of the box. And let me check it real quick. This game is real too, and it's in pretty good shape. We have Rush 2 Extreme Racing USA. Here's the back of the cart. As you can see, everything's nice and in good shape. You know, no markers, no stickers or anything like that. Once again, I have the first Rush on Nintendo 64. I don't have the second game, and I don't see this one as much. The Rush games are fun, and as I'm sure some of you guys have heard me say in the past, I am going for a complete set of Nintendo 64 games. So I've never quite seen this game for as cheap as $5 online, so I figured why not go ahead and pull the trigger on it. So we have Rush 2 Extreme Racing USA. Alright, so 2 more Nintendo 64 games. Next up, let me take a look at it. And this one is real too, and it is in really good shape. We have Tigger's Honey Hunt for Nintendo 64. So yeah, I've never played Tigger's Honey Hunt, but this is another game that I probably won't play too much, but I really wanted to check it off my list. And this is another game, kind of like Gex 3, that I never see anywhere. So yeah, definitely, I will put it in and see what the game's all about, obviously. Maybe it's good, I have no clue. But yeah, so definitely happy to check this off the list. We've got Tigger's Honey Hunt on Nintendo 64. Like I said, so far we're 3 for 3 with getting very nice looking games. Alright, so last Nintendo 64 game. This one is real too, and it's in pretty good shape. There's a little nick on the back label, but who really cares? This is a game I don't have in my collection. It's one of the more popular games that I do not have until now, obviously. So for the Nintendo 64, we have Perfect Dark. And there's that little nick I was talking about. So Perfect Dark is a very fun first-person shooter, kind of in the vein of 007 on the Nintendo 64. Although this game runs better than that game, plus this game looks a lot better than 007. Maybe not quite as fun, but definitely a good game on the Nintendo 64. And if you like classic first-person shooters, this is definitely one that you should try out if you have never played it. It's also made by Rare. Back in the day, Rare could barely do any wrong. But yeah, so Perfect Dark on the Nintendo 64. Alright, so there are my 4 Nintendo 64 games that I picked up. So yeah, pretty good lot there. And like I said, while they're cheap, I went ahead and pulled the trigger. Alright, so next up, let's go ahead and do GameCube games. Looks like I got 2 loose disc GameCube games, and then I got 2 GameCube games in the case. And like I said, I was basically thinking that all of these GameCube games would come loose disc. So getting 2 of them in the case is actually quite good. Because, you know, for $5, these games were a pretty good deal as far as loose discs go. But if you get the case, $5 is a great deal. So this one right here is a game that I've been wanting to play. And I'm very excited to play it. I've never played this game, but I've heard from a lot of people that it's really, really fun. And, you know, you can tell that the disc was obviously resurfaced, but it's in good shape and it looks nice. I mean, I don't see no reason why I shouldn't play. But for the GameCube, we have Time Splitters 2. So, yeah, like I said, I've never played this game, but from what I can tell, I think this game is basically like a first-person shooter. Correct me down in the comments if I'm wrong, but I think it's pretty unique too, like a different type of game than most first-person shooters. But I'm finally glad to add Time Splitters 2 to my collection. Alright, so next up for the GameCube. This game looks like it's in fantastic shape. Probably even better shape than Time Splitters 2. So for the GameCube, we have Tom and Jerry War of the Whiskers for the GameCube. Now, the primary reason why I picked this game up is, number one, I've never seen it online for cheaper than $5. And number two, I've never played this game, and I definitely would like to give it a shot and see what the gameplay is all about. When I was a kid, I loved Tom and Jerry. So definitely happy to get this, and this is one that I've been looking to check off the list, and happy to get it for $5. And like I said, these two games, the Time Splitters and Tom and Jerry, I'll just make some repro cases for them, and they'll just fit in really nice with all of my other GameCube games. Alright, so last up, we have two GameCube games in the case. So first up, this is a 2-disc game, and this is a generic case, so it's not an original GameCube case, but it's definitely got the original artwork, so I'm happy to add this. We've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Nightmare. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 Mutant Nightmare for the GameCube. And here are the 2 discs for it. I won't take them out, but I mean, I can tell that the games were resurfaced, but I'm sure they'll play. So we've got disc 1 and disc 2. So I'm a huge fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I loved them when I was a child. I have a lot of Ninja Turtles stuff in my game room. Toys, vehicles, posters. Maybe one day I'll show some of my Ninja Turtles collection, because like I said, I have quite a few pieces. But I'm always a fan of these Ninja Turtle games, especially like the beat 'em up style ones. I've got this game on the PlayStation 2, but I didn't have it for the GameCube. I think, as a matter of fact, I only have the first one on the GameCube. So I'm definitely happy to get this and add it to my collection. So yeah, we've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 Mutant Nightmare. Alright, so last up, the last game I got from GameStop is a GameCube game, and it's actually in a real GameCube case, and it's got the original artwork. We have Rampage, Total Destruction. Here's the back. So yeah, like I said, I have never seen this game as cheap as $5, so I figured this was the time to check it off the list. I love the Rampage games, whether it's the Master System and NES ports of the arcade, or, you know, like the ones that were on the Nintendo 64. I just love the Rampage series. I like playing the original arcade game on my arcade machine a lot. It's kind of just mindless fun, which I like, and you don't have to put tons of time in it to enjoy it. So yeah, definitely glad to get Rampage Total Destruction on the GameCube. And like I said, this has been one that I've been looking to add for a while. So I'll show you guys the disc real quick. So yeah, this one was obviously resurfaced too, but you know, there's nothing that says it won't play. So that's definitely cool. And there's the inside of the case. So you can tell that it is a proper Nintendo GameCube case. So overall, what do I think about this experience ordering these retro games from GameStop? I had a great experience doing this, to be honest with you. Like I said, I feel like it was a good price. The shipping was insanely fast. and they gave me 8 games that are in pretty darn good shape. No fake games or anything like that. So yeah, I definitely liked this, and I'll probably order some more retro games from GameStop, especially when they're running these deals. So yeah, guys, let me go ahead and show you my receipt real quick. So here is the receipt that shows the price that I paid for everything. Hope you can see that. But yeah, so to me, that was a great price for 8 retro video games. So guys, let me know down in the comments what you thought about this experience. Do you think that I got a good deal from GameStop? Do you think I overpaid for any of these games? I would love to know what your thoughts are on this. And like I said, I actually enjoyed it quite a lot, and this was a good experience for me. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of GBA. Please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. Share this video around if you know anybody who would like this kind of content. Guys, I think I'm going to go open up some more packages, maybe play some of these video games behind me, and try to enjoy the rest of my evening. I hope you do too. So until next time, guys, see you later.